Howdy. Welcome everyone to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. It is 2:00. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. We are here as we are every single Tuesday to bring you everything there is about building a home on your land. I'm one of your hosts, Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined by Dawn Dantzler. How are you doing today, Dawn?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing awesome. I want to start by first giving, you'll see that's a little bit of a sterile background because our good friends I was down here in the Calhoun County area, Port Lavaca, Port O'Connor area, and our good friends at Bay Flats Lodge here in Seadrift, Texas, allowed me to graciously stop by and use their internet access. So very kind of them. Thank you to Bay Flats Lodge. You guys are awesome hosts. If y'all are looking to take your family somewhere, you need a corporate event, family event, I have brought my family down here. I got a boy and a girl and a wife, and everybody had a blast. We went out fishing, good food, great accommodations, super family oriented, great place to go. So shout out to Bay Flats Lodge for letting us use your facility for our show. Thank you so much. But again, we are live on
Saving Tilson Live. I said they saved Tilson Live.
Tilson Live out of Seadrift, Texas. So we are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You guys jump in. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. Tell us what part of the process that you're in. And we love hearing from you guys. We are here for you. Dawn is going to let us in a little bit on what we're going to be looking at today. We have a sneak peek at one we have never done before, a plan that we've not shown, I don't believe. So,
well, actually, we have shown it. It was just a long time ago.
Well, it might have been called something else too, because we'll wax nostalgic later. We will wax. Okay. We got lots of nostalgia in this one. But shout out to the Matern family for sharing their home with us. So we're going to get into that here in a minute. But in the interim, hop in, put in the comments where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process that you're in. If you're just now thinking about maybe building a home on your land, this show is for you. If you've already built and you want to come in and say howdy to us, we love hearing from you. We love hearing how it's going. If you are somewhere in the process, we want to hear from you too. But what we're really here to talk about, we want to talk about all things building on your land. We'll talk about the financing if you want to. We can answer questions about design, questions about site preparation, utilities, timeframes, interest rates. Like I said, how the financing actually works around this. What are some of the challenges going on? We can talk about construction if y'all want to. But hop in, tell us where you're watching from, tell us where you're building, and I'm going to let Dawn tell us what we're going to be doing today.
Yeah, we are going to be sharing with you guys another customer home. So I always love showing off what our customers do because I love seeing just how they made the changes to the plan and how they're living in it. So super excited to show you guys. But it is our Harrisburg plan, which is a great little efficient plan that we've done. I'm looking to see because I think we did feature one a while back, but it was a cute little farmhouse version. But these guys have actually done the D elevation, which is a little bit different. But yeah, really excited to show you guys this plan. I'll go ahead and pop in so you guys can see what we're talking about. The Harrisburg floor plan, it's a very nice little plan. It comes in around 1,650 square feet, depending upon which elevation you select, because when you choose a different exterior look, it does change the front of that plan a little bit. So the square footage changes just a bit. And it has, great design overall. The very popular, it's got the nice split bedroom happening. So your master is on the complete opposite side from the rest of the bedroom. So everybody has their own privacy. It's got, a separate full utility room. It's got, the wide open plan. You walk right into the family room and look straight into the kitchen. So everything is just together. So really, really good, efficient plan. Not a whole lot of wasted space in this one. Hallways at a minimum and all of that. So.
Yeah, and some of you folks may be watching this and say, I've seen that plan, but it was called something different. And it is based, very tightly on what used to be called our Bandera floor plan. It is, in fact, pretty much identical. I think the only difference was the utility in that bathroom were swapped, which, stay tuned, because you might see that here in a little bit. But yeah, it was called the Bandera plan. Then we incorporated our Heritage series. This was one of the plans that, again, like Dawn said, super efficient, super accommodating, very flexible plan. Not any wasted space in this thing. It's very difficult when you start stepping down into under 1,800 square feet to get a really good split floor plan design. And this one just hits it out of the park. This is a fantastic design where it could be empty nesters, could be a vacation place, could be a growing family very easily. You get the master suite on one side and the spare bedrooms on the other. So it's really, really hard to do. And our design drafting team just crushed it here. So.
Yeah, and as with all of our plans, they designed a lot of custom options for it, including 3 options for where you want to put a garage on this thing. Changing out the ceiling treatments in the master bedroom and the living room. There's I think 3 alternate master bath layouts, depending on how you want to switch it up. There is an alternate kitchen that actually reverses the order of the kitchen and the dining area. If you wanted to swap that out, there's a 4th bedroom option. As well as a fireplace and 3 different rear covered porch options for you. So lots.
What it sounds like to me is that people got into a room in our portfolio review committee and we could not decide and distill down which one's going to go with. So nobody's going to win. Nobody's going to lose. We're getting 3 of everything.
We just like to give everybody options. Some people need, like on the 3 garages, some people need a front load. Some people prefer a side load, and one of the side load garages goes on one side of the house, and some people would prefer for it to be on the other side of the house. So they are distinctly different. I'm not going to say that that's not what happens sometimes, but it wasn't in this case.
Well, that's very good.
And like everything in the Heritage series, there are 4 distinct exterior elevation options available. And these are the 4 of them. So you have the A, which is the traditional hip elevation, the B, which is more of a brick gable, the C, which is the farmhouse, and then you've got this D kind of craftsman style look happening. And I've pulled on that. The only thing that changes, generally speaking, in an elevation is the front of the home. You will see as we're adding those porches, we may be pushing some rooms back. So that's why I'm kind of highlighting the front section of the home so you can see what changes.
And it's important as you're starting out in the process, if you're looking at designs still, whether it's ours or someone else's, just knowing that you could build these 2 homes, the one that has the C beside it and the one that has the B beside it directly next door to each other and never have a clue that they are identical inside when you walk in. All that's going to be changing is the porch, some of the exterior finishes. But, knowing, going back to kind of our original, when you're first starting this journey out, focus on floor plan. Focus on the floor plan that works for you, because we can change, as you can see, the outside of the house, we can make look like pretty well anything you want to make it look like, but with not doing a whole lot of stuff different. So focus on the floor plan, because we see so many people that will bring us a plan and they've truly based what they like about the plan on what it looks like on the outside. Right. We start digging into peeling the layers of the onion back on the inside. Okay, what do you like about the inside? Like, well, I don't really like where the master is, and I don't like how the utility room opens up to this, and I really want the dining to look out the front, not the back. Okay, well, you hate the plan. The plan's terrible. You like the way it looks. We'll set that to the side, and we will use this as an inspiration board, and let's find a floor plan that works for you and your family. So it's a great pointing this out.
Yeah, absolutely. But we do have a few people checking in, so let's check in. Let's say hey. We've got Will coming in from Klondike. Hey, Will.
Looking forward to
we
seeing
have Jesse. Jesse's been a long time.
Yeah.
Hello, long time no chat. Missed you guys. We missed you too. So glad that you are able to watch today. Glad to see you. We've got Lisa Howdy from Fort Worth, building a TBD plan, TBD, and Bandera. All right, well, you're in a good place. Doing some research. We got Linda, hi, watching from Arlington, Texas, building a Whitney D in Maypearl. Glad to be back home.
Welcome home.
That's right, you were out of town. We got Gillespie in Gillespie, building in Gillespie. We have color on the outside of the house now, getting closer. Oh, that's awesome. We've got Andy, who is building a Travis A in Fort Bend County.
Howdy, Andy. Welcome.
Hey, Andy. We got Martina. Hello, building in Hamilton County. We have tile finish. Trim is mostly finished and ready to see what is next. Awesome. We have Mary Berry checking in from Blue Ridge, building a Nottingham.
Welcome.
Another great plan. Yeah. We've got Brandon and Brittany, hi, out of Waco, Texas. What is the pricing on the C plan?
So yeah, I did not pull the VPN up, Dawn, because I didn't want to disrupt the universe.
So, Brandon, it's going to depend on where you are building, because all of our pricing is done by county.
Let's figure McLennan County for him if he's building.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry, he's in Waco.
Out of Waco.
All right, let me pull it.
We're gonna assume he's McLennan. Brandon, something different if it's Hill or one of the other ones. Let us know.
And of course, I did not connect to the VPN either. So hold on.
Why have I gone blank on where Rosebud County is? It's not Limestone, is it? Freestone, Limestone. Anyway, we'll do McLennan County for Brandon and get the pricing on the C in McLennan County. And today is since we're doing pricing disclaimers, today is November 15th, 2022. This is what the pricing is today. Although we haven't seen prices spiking as much recently as they had been.
Yep, which right now it is $297,600.
There you go.
All right, perfect. And then we've got Samantha watching from Mason.
Awesome.
We've got our friend on YouTube from Florida.
What's up? Welcome.
And yeah, Brandon says he's close to our new office. All right, there you go. Yep. Then we gave you pricing for the right
out
area.
There. If we're getting technical, we're out there in Woodway, but we are not in the city of Waco. I think we're in the Waco ETJ maybe, but yeah, McLennan County, that gets you very, very close. That's exactly what we're talking about there. And of course, that's the house completely finished, stubbed out for all your utilities, Brandon. So it's all that would not include like a septic system or like a water tap or water well. So we want to take a deeper dive into exactly what you might need, but we'd be glad to help you out.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jessie is sharing that her husband spotted a buck hanging out in our build.
That's
in
cool.
the
Jessie,
build?
Would you mind sending that buck to East Texas? Because they apparently, even though they didn't have any rain this year, they've got acorns like everywhere, and they're not coming. They want nothing to do with corn. They're not impressed with corn at all.
Huh.
Even apple flavored or persimmon flavored corn. They're out of there. They're not.
Hold up. Apple or persimmon flavored corn?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't. Oh. Wait, we're way too bougie for just corn. No,
I did not know that we fed the deer gourmet corn. I'm sorry.
Our corn smells like apples or smells like persimmon. You can actually order it by the pallet. The co-op will have it. They'll just drop it off. That's not a thing.
Okay.
Now, what it could be, though, to your point, now that you imagine if a deer is rolling up expecting to smell and taste corn, and they smell and taste apple persimmon, perhaps that's the problem. Is that it's like this is not working. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know about this.
But we're planting this weekend, so we're going to plant a cover crop and hopefully try to remove all confusion. They're going to have oats and black-eyed peas and all kinds of other things for the hogs to eat while the deer watch.
Jesse says that gourmet corn is top notch.
See.
All righty. Let's see. Glenn is building a Livingston B built out Lake Palestine area. Next project will be pricey concrete drives taking bids.
There you go. Yeah. Diesel, unfortunately, is driving the price of concrete really high, Glenn. But it, there's still ways to do it out there in East Texas. It can be done. But yeah, I have not found inexpensive concrete anywhere in the state right now. It's outrageous.
And Jesse also did confirm that the buck was inside the house.
Oh, yeah. Well,
keeping dry. All right.
Naturally.
See, now you guys know why when we hit a certain stage, we lock the doors. We got to keep neighbors out.
To be fair, he's like, I was here first. This is my house.
That's fair. We got Will. Hi from Carnes, looking into building in Wilson County, looking at the Tampico. Another good plan. Sherry is asking, can we do option C in metal? We could do a metal roof, but not metal sides.
Yeah, you can do metal roof on all of them.
Andy's building a custom rock wall in Grayson County. Definitely practicing my patience with this process. Yeah, it takes a while. Foundation is taking forever and a day to get back, so I can get my file caught up and dates set. Well, we appreciate you hanging in there.
Hang in there with us. Yeah, we're working through those, and we'll get with the engineer and make sure that get you an update, Mr. Reeves.
We've got Julie building a Whitney D and buoy. We had doors, trim, and paint this past week. Tile is supposed to start the end of this week. I'm in the middle of 1 billion boxes getting this house on the market. Good luck.
Yeah. Just get it all out, Julie. Get everything out of the house.
Just purge it. Just if you don't know what it is and you don't know last time you touched it, just gone.
Throw it away.
Yeah. All right. We've got Johnny Garcia asking the C floor plan price in Fayette County. Let me pull that up. It is $273,000 in Fayette County right now. And then Brandon is sharing. He was the one that was asking about McLennan. So I have septic, power, and water on my property already. So that's awesome.
Perfect.
You are ahead of the game. And let's see. Glenn says that he used apple corn for years in Uvalde County, and it works.
Yeah. I think what I'm seeing, Glenn, is it helps to do it where there actual are deer, perhaps. Maybe that's
That would be like helpful. It doesn't make like the deer do not grow out of the corn. So
Uvalde isn't a look. I can try anything right now, but yeah, Uvalde is a very deer-rich environment. It's a good spot.
Sheila is asking, why does the house look so small before/when the foundation is poured?
That is a great question, Sheila. So I don't know how much land you're building on. Maybe you can disclose that to us while I start giving you an answer. So, in most of our cases, our customers are moving from where they built in maybe a subdivision of some sort. So let's figure out in a subdivision. By the way, I've seen recently them advertising 40-foot wide lots in subdivisions near where I live, but usually they're 40 to 80 feet wide. Probably most of them are 50 to 75, and that's like 90% of what's done. So that lot doesn't look very big. And even just going to 1 acre or 2 acres. So let's just even say 1 acre. Okay, on that 50 by 100 foot lot, you're moving from in a city. That's 5,000 square feet of land, and you're putting a 2,000 or 3,000 square foot home on a 5,000 square foot piece of dirt, right? So
yeah, she's on 10 acres.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. You're literally over 430,000 square feet. So over 43,000 square feet inside of an acre, 208 by 208 square. And so you have 435,000 square feet. Even if you put a 5,000 square foot home on that, it's going to look very, very, very small. Because you're looking at it and and I think someone made a comment, you can't see where the space ends and begins because you're just looking all the way through. So it's going to look really small, really almost up to the point where the sheetrock hung. Once the sheetrock is hung, that's a game changer. Then your mind can start, configuring space and say, okay, yeah, this room is bigger than I thought it was going to be, or that kind of thing. That's where we usually see. But yeah, the forms get set. It looks tiny. Concrete gets poured, you're like, this is super small. Frame even starts to go up because, again, there's no spatial recognition. You can see through a frame, through a skeleton, or even see the sky above. And then as soon as the sheetrock goes up, you're like, oh, man, how are we going to fill it with furniture? So, you're looking at a 3,000 square foot house on 435,000 square feet of land instead of a 3,000 square foot house on 5,000 square feet of land. That's really the biggest difference.
Yeah, it's what your art teacher used to call perspective. Unless you have something else to judge the size of something off of, you can't tell scale. Julie's saying, she is throwing lots of things away. Who brought all this stuff in here? I think it was Jet.
Right.
It's definitely Jet, her son.
Kids.
That's who it was.
Poor babies.
We got Todd, howdy from California, building a Breckenridge C in Valley Mills. Pre-construction meeting next Monday. Excited to get started. That's awesome.
Speaking of close to the Waco location, that's cool.
Yeah, we got Katie building a Breckenridge in Colorado County.
Beautiful.
And Sheila thanks us for the explanation.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully it's helpful.
Absolutely. All right. Well,
let's dive into this plan, Ms. Dantzler.
Yes. So we mentioned there are several elevations, and this family chose to do the D elevation. So here's a little bit more detail on that. So has our standard hardy plank siding and a brick wainscot on it, and just a great little plan. And this is what that floor plan looks like. Just as it comes, this is the base floor plan, which is 1,650 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and was very much the same one that we showed you before. It's got this large front porch. And so before we start looking at their house, talk a little bit about the things that they decided to change. So Eric mentioned that this was based off of a Bandera plan, but we just reversed the utility room and the bath too. And these guys switched it back because they wanted the utility room to serve as its mudroom. So they did that. They also wanted to maximize the wall space in that family room. So they had us push the front door over as far as we could with it to still open. So we pushed that over a little bit. They added a second sink into the master bath and did a few other things to kind of rearrange it. They wanted to put in a walk-in shower in that space. So they added that and then also kind of squared off the master closet there. And in the original plan, there's actually a little hallway that leads into the master bedroom, but instead they wanted to just come in straight off of the space. Again, just maximizing the square footage in the home. And as part of this process, they also pulled the master suite forward so they would have more room in the backyard, and the house would, kind of move up a little bit in the front. They wanted to create a dining space within the kitchen as well as the existing eating bar. So they expanded that island so that they can have bar stools on the other side in the center there. And then within that utility room location that they moved, they actually chose, this plan comes with the water heater in its own closet in that utility room. They wanted to actually use that closet for storage. So they had us move the water heater up into the attic on that space, and then added the exterior door from the utility room so it could be that mud zone. And lastly, they added a step ceiling treatment in the family room just to add a little bit of detail there.
Yeah, really pretty. Again, if you look at it without all the red, just going back and forth between that and the original plan, it doesn't look like they changed all that much. It's pretty well stuck with it.
Yep.
And and while Dawn's going through these, guys, drop your questions and comments into the chat, live on YouTube, live on Facebook. We'll answer every single one of them. But we're going to take some looks at the interior of this home while y'all do that. But ask us your questions. That's what we're here for.
All right. So let's talk about the outside of their home.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tilson Home Tours. I'm Kelsey and I'm here with Vicki and John, and we are going to talk about their Harrisburg D home here in Leon County. So let's start by talking a little bit about this plan and kind of what drew you to it.
We really like the porch. It's very inviting with the columns for guests. This is called the Gathering Place.
Yes.
So for family and friends together.
That's a great name for the home.
Yes, and it really appealed to us.
And so you've got that big front porch and a big back porch too. So do you have any plans of using that space for anything, or kind of utilizing it to benefit the property?
Yeah, a lot of family time. We can see the landscape real well. We can see the wildlife, a lot of deer.
There was a little deer family crossing the road earlier. It was so cute.
Yeah. So it's really open. We can have the little ones ride their tricycles and bicycles and do pumpkin carving and everything. So
'tis the season.
Yeah.
And then tell me a little bit about your color selections and why you chose the exterior to be what it is.
We wanted something kind of neutral. We like the black and white, and it just so happens that it's a trend now. A lot more people are doing the black and white.
Yeah.
We thought it was neutral, and we like the contrast.
Well, I think it looks great with this home plan. It really just pops. I mean, as you drive down the street, you see it and you're like, oh, that just looks great. And I love the personal touch of the blue door.
We love the blue door. My favorite color.
I love a statement front door. I love a big bold color on a front door. Looks so pretty.
Yeah, it's awesome. I know we didn't mention before, obviously this is up in Hilltop Lakes in Leon County, just north of Normandy. And what's interesting is you can drive through there. So we have been building homes in there, not exaggerating, since the 1960s. So we're quickly approaching, over 50 years, 55 years of building homes in this subdivision. And you can drive through and just see an evolution of Tilson home. I mean, my dad was building homes here in the 1980s. This is part of his area, 1970s and 80s. So this is just a really cool, nostalgic place you can roll through and see, brand new Tilson homes like this one, and then design stretching all the way back, like the ancestors of this design back in the 60s. So it's a very cool place.
Oh, that's so cool.
Real special to Tilson and the folks there. So
Will says this home looks very nice. I agree. It's very, very pretty. Jesse likes it as well. They did, like they were talking, they did that classic white and black exterior with the brick wainscoting going, and that pop of color on the front door that looks really nice. And then this is their backyard where they actually put this patio in themselves after the build, but you can see they have a lot of space out here to entertain and spread out. And, you can see the two exterior doors, the one coming off of that dining area kitchen space and the one coming off the utility room. So they've got that mudroom that they were looking
for. Here, we talk a lot about different utilities and power, and this is actually a really, really good example of overhead power. We don't see it as much these days, but there are still places where that's the way it has to be done. And this is a great example. So you can see on the back of the home, we've got the breaker box right next to the meter can. And then going up, you have what's called a weatherhead. And you can kind of barely see the power line coming off of that and headed towards the transformer where the pole are. So great example here. Again, there's no garage on this plan, right? So and the Maternas didn't need one. So it's a vacation home. They don't need a garage there. And so the breaker box is located outside, which is very normal, totally safe. Makes perfect sense. So you don't have to sacrifice a wall inside, or sacrifice a closet inside for your breaker box. So very well done, very neat, very clean.
Yeah. The other thing that I like about this shows very well is that we, as much as possible, any holes, any ugly stuff we got to put on your roof, we try to put in the back. So you can see all of those, dryer vents and bathroom vents and all of that. We're taking out the roof of the house are on the back side. So I can flip back, see that you can't see any of that from the front. So I like that we do that for our customers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we did have one question come in before we go to the video tour again. Jessie is asking if gutters come with the house. She can't remember. Jessie, they do.
Go ahead. Tell her. No.
No, they do not. They do not come with, depending on which office you're working with, they can recommend somebody to help you with that. Reason that we don't include them is, honestly, not all houses need them, because we try to design the roof lines of the house as much as possible to get the water to come down evenly around the foundation of the home, because that's really important, that you have even moisture all the way around your house to keep your foundation safe. So in most cases, you don't need them, except if you have like a really extreme gable. The thing to keep in mind, but we don't put them in because we don't know what you're going to do with landscaping. So you want to kind of have your landscaping plan in place before you start bringing in your downspouts, because it can really mess up the look of your house or shrubbery that you've installed if they're in the wrong place. And the one thing to really keep in mind, I mentioned that your water is coming down evenly around your whole house. The one thing that the gutters are doing is that they're concentrating it to one location. Make sure that you are taking all of that water 10 feet away from the home. So they're going to put really ugly black corrugated piping on the end of your gutters, probably standard. Either pay them to dig down and get you the French drain going thing that does the pop-up drains out there, or you're going to have to leave that because you don't want all that water gathering in one spot around your foundation.
Exactly. Perfectly said.
All right. I am done. I don't have to talk anymore, guys. Eric said I was perfect. Richard's saying, I know y'all have mentioned price increases in the past year or so, but what about decreases? When is the last time Tilson had a price decrease?
I can tell you pretty close, Richard. It was probably in 2012, 2013. And even then we were not seeing prices really go down. We thought we did. It ended up being a huge mistake. What we do know is we've charted this out over the last 31 years is prices overall in Texas, prices have gone down 2 times. And it was 08 and 09. It was a grand total combined the 2 years of $6,000. And in 2010, they went up 8. So all that to say is we have not seen a decrease in the cost to build a home. So what you will hear or read about in the news, we'll just call the news, okay, wherever you get your news from. What you're hearing about is typically resale. Well, it is resale, or it'll be large production builders that already have inventory on the ground that they are trying to sell, get rid of, dump. And some of that has to do with their PE ratios and share prices. Some of it has to do with how they account for inventory on their audits, and some of it has to do with truly just not having inventory after the first of the year. We're not seeing that costs have gone down to build the home. What we're seeing is that they're not increasing as quickly, or that some things are coming down, like lumber, that has helped immensely because labor has still been going up, as well as the cost of other things, most notably concrete, diesel. There's a shortage of diesel, so naturally that price is already going up. Driving from the greater Montgomery County area all the way down here to Calhoun County, most of the prices I saw for a gallon of diesel was over $5. I saw one place it was $4.79, one place it was $4.31. That's where I bought it yesterday. But it's just those things have eaten every bit of savings that have come down. And let's face it, eventually lumber will bottom out. Like it can't go down forever. It's not going to go down to zero.
Right.
It's still 50% higher than what it was in 2019. It still has, and it will never go back probably to what it was in 2019. So we're not seeing anything that will indicate that we would be able to decrease the price that it costs to build a home on someone's land. The decreases we're seeing are on resale homes, typically in pockets like Phoenix, Arizona, Boise, Idaho. That's what you're hearing and reading about. Maybe an obscure pocket or two of Austin. Nowhere else in Texas has anyone seen any kind of price decreases, even on resales. And then the other instance would be on production subdivision inventory, stuff that's already on the ground that people have spent money on and they're paying to insure it. Then maybe they're paying a loan on it, of some sort of construction loan, or they've got shareholder money out there on it they have to recoup for their investors. But broadly speaking, it does not cost any less today than it did 6 months ago to build a home.
Okay, makes sense. And we've got Julie sharing that she is adding gutters and rain barrels at each downspout so they can use the water where they want. There you go. Yep, you could. That's another option. You can collect the water so it doesn't gather around your foundation.
Yeah.
Use it to water everything else. Awesome. All right. Well, let's take a look at this kitchen and living room space.
Let's check it out. Keep asking the questions, guys. We love hearing from them.
And then let's talk about a little bit about the kitchen space. So the first thing that you see when you walk into this home is really the kitchen. It's kind of the focal point. There's tons of light. You've got the big windows. You've got the door with the window too. So tell me more about this kitchen.
We wanted our family and friends to feel welcome, and plenty of room to sit and laugh and talk.
Yeah.
We did increase the size of the island so that we could fit more people.
You've got 2 more bar stools there, and you still have tons of storage.
Yes. Yeah.
And then what about the cabinet color? What did you have a color in mind, or were you like this? You saw it in a model, you just thought it looked great?
The models were really good, a big help. We do like the sorrel color in the kitchen, but then we wanted to go with something a little different in the bathrooms with the black.
Yeah.
So really a nice contrast with the beautiful countertops.
Yeah, I love this countertop. And you can
too.
kind of see the different colors in the rock too. You can see the brown, you can see the black. So either way, whatever cabinet color you would have chosen,
Really
it
does.
just ties it in.
Yeah. And we just saw this right before we picked our colors. It was brand new.
I like how it kind of goes really well with the backsplash too, because the backsplash is really simple and it's kind of a lighter color. It almost just blends into the wall, but it still gives you that clean slate look.
Yeah.
John liked the triangular shape.
Yeah.
So he had them tilt the
rotate it a
backsplash.
little
Yeah.
bit.
We really liked that option. It wasn't an upgrade. It was standard.
Just to have it oriented that way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it looks great.
Yeah.
And then let's talk a little bit about this living room. I know that you had something to say about the ceiling, so tell me more about that.
Yeah, we added the step-up ceiling just to add more room, more volume to the area. So it worked out real nice. The air conditioning, the ceiling fan really helped the ventilation, the air movement in there. So it really was helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a nice surprise.
Yes. You
Yeah.
can sit in there and not feel like you're overheating
Right.
because it just pushes all the cold air down.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah, and I love the windows that look out to your front porch as well.
Definitely.
From every room of this house, you've got a great view of the surrounding land, and it's just, it's so pretty and peaceful to look out and see that.
See the wildlife.
Yeah.
A little fox running across the road, or the deer.
Roadrunner.
Yeah, a roadrunner. We've seen
Oh,
one. Yeah.
a
we've seen one.
roadrunner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better watch out. There might be a Wile E. Coyote
That's
just
true.
around there somewhere.
True.
Kelsey with the Looney Tunes reference. Kids got joke. That's great.
Yeah. So this is their beautiful kitchen. Like they mentioned, they did enlarge that island space in the center to get the extra seating. So in this kitchen, you know, I'm counting 6, 8, 10 people can sit in here and dine.
Exactly. Yeah. Which you know, I mean, think about what it's called. As she mentioned, they call it the gathering place. I mean, it's the whole point they built this was so that family could come in, they could all be in one spot. Everybody can see and talk to everybody, laugh, and poke fun at one another, and that's the whole point. And I think they did a beautiful job with you. And again, guys, don't forget this house is 1,650 square feet. You don't have to have a 3,000-4,000 square foot home to do this. This is a fantastic use of space. So,
Yep. Yeah. Just absolutely love it. And then this is that living room space. Again, very, very good size. They've got multiple couches and a chair in there, and just lots of room to spread out. And I love that they did this step ceiling. It just makes the space look so much bigger because you've got that extra height happen in there. Just absolutely beautiful.
Well, and I think that it comes already with a 9-foot ceiling everywhere, right? That's the minimum, and so that steps it up even to 10. I mean, these are custom features you would see in a 2,500 square foot house. Just knocking out a park in this house. The floors are beautiful. They just did a great job.
Yeah, they did a great job with everything. And again, you see a little punch color on the door, and just views everywhere. Just love it. They did such a great job. We do have a couple of questions that have come in, so let me pull those up. You guys mentioned that if we like an exterior of a house but don't like the plan, we can choose another plan, and you guys can take inspiration from the exterior we like. How close can you get to the one we like? Pretty close. There is some, the front of the home is affected by that floor plan, and that's why we tell you to look at the floor plan first. Because it's a lot harder for us to go the other way. So as far as materials go and all of that, it's very easy to match exterior materials. We can mimic roof lines, pretty easily. Where the floor plan starts to really affect the front look of the house is how the rooms are situated. So to have a setback on the outside of a house, you have to have on the inside a room that comes forward and another room that pulls back. So it's those types of things that start to get a little bit complicated in matching the exterior, but we can get very close. We actually have, if you go back into our YouTube channel, you can see some of these past home tours that we've done where customers have taken two very different houses and put the exterior of the LaSalle on an Angelina and put the exterior of a Breckenridge on a San Jacinto. And from a floor plan standpoint, those plans are nothing alike. So it's actually, pretty easy to get close to what you like.
Yeah, and I'll mention this. Most people won't know what this plan is. So we used to have a plan called the Marquee. Okay, and I know some people asked about it. It was an old diamond class home, beautiful home. Okay, but just over the top. Okay,
yes,
almost 5,000 square feet and big custom 1412 roof pitches. And on the way down here on FM 1219, anyway, somewhere south of Sealy, that area, I went by a house that I'm like, that is a Marquee, and I'm driving by it, and I look back.
Oh, really?
And I saw the back of it, and I'm like, nope, that's a Fredericksburg. That is 100% a Fredericksburg. And I remember Eric McKiernan at Arcadia office, he had where the Fredericksburg model is. I don't remember how many that he designed and sold to people in that whole sprinkle all through that Austin County, Colorado County area of Fredericksburgs with the Marquee front elevation. And they, by the way, they're nowhere near one another as far as
absolutely,
or anything like that. But I could tell from the front exactly what it was designed to be, and I could tell from the back exactly what it actually was. And it's, I don't think we've offered that plan even in 6 years. And this house, testament to the customer taking care of it too. The house looks like it was closed yesterday. It looks beautiful.
Nice.
So you can get pretty spot on to what you're after. Most things depending.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, let's take a look at the utility room. And
wait. You want to go back? Are you really going to let the paint colors go without making a reference to that? Are you going to be able to do that? I thought.
Oh, you want me to talk about that? Sorry. Okay, guys. So
this is my favorite part about Sherwin-Williams. This is fantastic.
The paint colors in this house crack me up because I don't know. I'm entertained by the way they name paint colors. So everybody, please pay attention. The walls are called Lazy Gray, and the trim is called Serious Gray. So in my warped little mind, I think that the house is arguing with itself, that the trim is like, guys, this is serious.
In my mind, I think the house is in perfect balance with itself. It's like, don't take yourself too seriously, but don't sit around and do nothing because you're going to end up paying for that too. So this is, Dawn pointed out to me, I thought it was pretty funny. We got Lazy Gray and Serious Gray, both in the same. And by the way, they look beautiful.
They look great. Yeah. So too funny. And then Glenn did come in with a question. So let's talk to him before he looked at the utility room. When the dryer is located on an outside wall, why do you vent through the roof instead of through the wall to the outside?
That's a great question, Glenn. And it's not that way in 100% of cases. So it kind of depends on the code in a specific area, potentially. It also could depend on what's outside on that same wall. So venting out, it can't be within so many feet of various things. Sometimes windows, sometimes gas stubs, sometimes electrical outlets, sometimes water stuff. Like there's
HVAC systems.
Air conditioning systems. There's things that limit what you can vent out. And sometimes from a code standpoint, particularly on an exterior wall, that's the shortest distance you're going to have to go up. And they're designed to go up, cubic feet per minute wise in the middle of the house if they have to. As you know, the middle of the house, the roof is taller than it would be kind of over on the edge. So even when you're going straight up, it's more than enough cubic feet per minute to keep that cleaned out. But ordinarily what's restricting that, I don't know your specific instance, there's something else along that wall that from a code standpoint prevents us from doing it. But by and large, we see most of them vented straight up, particularly on an exterior wall, just because it's the shortest distance if you're going up. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it makes sense. Just punch a hole through the wall and vent it out that way. And in some cases, we can.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, let's look at this.
Great question. Yeah, keep asking your questions. We'll keep answering them. We've got some more videos to check out and answer your questions.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this side of your house. So we've got your utility, bathroom, and 2 of the bedrooms. So tell me a little bit about that space.
We did change the placement of the utility room and the bathroom from the normal plan because we wanted the utility room to be a mud room. So we added a door so that you could come from outside, take off your muddy boots.
Just come in right from the patio. And that utility space is really big.
It is.
Did you add anything to that at all? I noticed that there was an extra storage closet in there that looked gray.
The storage closet was for the hot water heater, but we had them put that in the ceiling so that we wouldn't have any wasted space.
Yeah, that's
that
a really smart
nice
customization.
Yeah.
Because that's a big cabinet and you've got tons of things to store in there, especially when you're coming out here.
Definitely.
Not as frequently since it's a secondary home.
Yeah.
We'll have enough room, of course, for the washing and dry, and then we plan on putting a chest freezer in that same room.
Yeah, tons of room.
Yeah.
And then we've got your 2 bedrooms. So tell me more about that color scheme.
Well, Brittany, our youngest daughter, she was allowed to pick 2 colors, and since her and her sister are Aggies, we definitely had to go with Aggie Maroon for one room. Really pleased with the colors in there. I think the gray and the maroon blend really well.
Yeah.
And then the other room, she chose a rose color, which is a little feminine, but it just works really well with the gray.
Yeah, and those rooms are great as far as size too. I mean, you've got 2 beds in each, tons of room for everything.
Definitely.
And nobody has to sleep on the floor.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Obviously, I moved.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
Yeah, it's very hard to go wrong with a maroon type setup. Such a balanced color, such a color loved by many. It goes with everything. We'll take another look at it closer here in a minute. I know.
We will, yes. But we'll start with the utility room, which you can see that closet that they were talking about here in that picture. And Kelsey also included a little photo to show you kind of where it is situated off of the kitchen and all of that. But nice big space in there. It's going to serve as a great mudroom for them and some additional storage. So it looks
yeah, I mean,
great.
again, the size house, it's unbelievable how much usable space there is in this plan. I know I keep saying that, but I mean, I see a lot of plans, and this is
and this is the hall bathroom that those 2 bedrooms share. And again, just the perfect amount of space, very big, nice, good space. And then Eric's favorite bedroom, and my favorite bedroom. I like the pink one. I think it's pretty, but look at how many beds they got in here. So in both of these, they have a full-size bed and a twin-size bed in a 1,600 square foot house. Like, these rooms are a very, very good size, very large windows, just a great spacious plan.
I love it. I mean, throw the cousins in there. They all want to be in the, we got a lot of people that design, I need 1 bedroom for this, a bedroom for these people, bathroom. Like, what the little cousin kids want? They want to all be piled in a room together.
They're all going to sleep in the same room anyway.
Exactly. They want to be on sleeping bags on the floor. They want to be, that's part of the experience and part of getting to go to grandma and grandpa's place and is just stay up late and talk to your cousins all night. So do that. It's worth the experience.
Yes. Yeah. It's absolutely perfect. I love it. And yep, you got your Aggie maroon. So Can't go wrong.
Very tastefully done. Very tastefully done. Boy, what a great year they're having too. We should talk about that for the next. Never mind.
There's going to be another sport soon, right?
I'll have you know, A&M won the national meat judge, intercollegiate national meat judging.
All right.
Took it away from Texas Tech.
That is a thing they did. That's great.
Just putting skins on the wall, babe. Over here, just building champions. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
All right. Faith is sharing that in her house, the dryer vents through the roof rather than the outside because of the location of the dryer. The laundry room shares a wall with our master bedroom. So, yep.
See that.
That makes sense. But you guys keep putting your questions in, and we'll be happy to answer those. But let me go ahead and load up the next video. Look at that master suite.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's move to the other side of your house. We've got your master suite, and it really does have a sweet suite. It's got that C shape. You've got a really great shower that you added in. So tell me more about that space.
The bedroom has a lot of natural light with the big windows. We're really happy with that. You could even fit the chairs in there for downtime.
Yeah, you've got your reading space.
Yeah, it's really cozy. And then when you go into the master bath, it's just huge. You know, enough for his and her sinks. We did add the stand-up shower for John. He likes that one. It turned out beautiful.
Yeah,
and
it looks
still
really
got
great.
the tub and shower. So you have 2 showers in one bath. And then the closet is huge.
Yes,
it took away a little bit of the closet, adding the shower, but it's still
you
really,
still have
really,
tons of space.
Definitely. Put your Chester drawers in there, so you have plenty of storage, closet space. Yeah.
You've got tons of room.
Definitely.
All right.
So yeah, again, the split plan, like just absolutely fantastic use of the space. But go ahead and take us through.
Yeah, you've got that large master bedroom space, like they mentioned, is big enough to have, you know, a large bed in there as well as the seating area, kind of reading nook space. And then you've got these are the changes, how they changed up that master bath space to you know, add in the extra shower as well as kind of square off the closet in there. And as you can see, this is not a small closet like on its own, but yeah, it is a very, you know, they represent it's not too small. No, there's nothing small about this closet. No. That closet is big. So you can see how they did that space. And they also, you know, added in the extra sink to get that with it came even more counter space. So very well thought out changes to this layout. And then these are the photos of it. So you can see the separate walk-in shower, and then they also still have the shower tub combo in there too. So
I've noticed that the relaxing tub area is as far away as possible from the room full of cousins tossed into.
Yeah, I don't think you could get them farther apart.
You cannot. But hey, that's what it's there for. You get a little R&R. They're all having fun. Everybody's hanging out the gathering place. I love the vision. I love what they do.
I love it. Like it's just going to be such a great space for them. So I can't wait to hear more about how they're using it as life goes on. And let's see, we've got Sheila asking a question. The floors in the bedrooms said chrome. Just what is that? So that should be the carpet color. Is what that was referring to. Oh no, wait. Sorry, the floors in the bedrooms said chrome. I don't know what that's referencing because it's the vinyl plank.
Yeah, go back to the kitchen. It may have said iron. Oh, there, go back one. No, forward. I saw it.
Oh, iron. Yeah, that is the tile. That's the name of the tile.
No, there's one that said chrome. Go forward again.
There was one that said chrome?
There is. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's the sorry. Yeah, that's the carpet color. So it's this gray carpet that you see in those bedrooms.
So Sheila, we've proven one thing today between the paint colors and carpet colors. Neither us nor the customer get to name these things. The good folks at Sherwin-Williams or at Shaw or whoever, like somebody in some obscure room somewhere that's into psychedelics picks all of the names of all of the things. And look, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of names out there. So at a certain point, some things just like, yep, that's chrome. Like chrome is a shininess. It's chrome. Cool.
It's chrome.
Got it.
That makes sense.
It's
Thank
a
you,
specific
Sheila.
carpet color, yeah.
You had eagle eyes. I missed that one.
Man.
All right. She's laughing at me.
I have said that since the day I've worked here. So I look at the fan deck of colors. I'm like, someone's job is to sit here and pick 7,000 names of colors. Good for them.
Yeah. You ever want to see, like, if you think all of those colors are crazy, go look at nail polish color names. Like, I've told people that in my next life, I want to name nail polishes.
But that makes sense because the fumes in there will get to you. Like, I get anywhere near the door of a nail salon and I'm like, I don't know how those guys work. Like an actual good use for masks right there. Like you must full on I don't know.
Ventilation. Yeah. Willis saying, very nice home. I got to get back to getting a few things done in this cold, rainy weather. Y'all have a blessed week. See you soon.
Beautiful. Thank you, Will.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys for jumping in. We'll do a little last call for questions.
Well, I do have one more video.
Yeah, there's one more video. I figured. But last call for questions in here, guys. If you got questions about design or construction or financing or pricing or anything like that, hop in and holler at us. But Dawn's going to let Kelsey and the Materns take us home here and see what else is going on in the house.
So let's kind of reel it in a little bit and tell me maybe like your top 2 favorite things about the home build.
I would say the patio for sure. We gather out there. It's a lot of fun, having people over and just relaxing. Yeah, that's what you want to do when it's your vacation gathering home is relax with your family and friends.
Yeah. I would say the kitchen, just because of
a
lot of seating.
Yeah,
a lot of room, a lot of
yeah.
space for people to sit and relax and eat.
Yes. Yeah, and you've got tons of room over here for the dining table, and you've got chairs everywhere. So, I mean, even if you just stand right here, you can look both directions, and you could have everybody sitting down, and there will still probably be extra seating.
Yeah.
So I think that this is a great plan for.
It really is good for
what
any
you were
family.
going for. Yeah,
definitely.
Great gathering place.
Yes, it is a great gathering place.
Is.
I love that. Well, thank you guys again for allowing me to invade your space and showing me around your home.
Our pleasure.
And thanks to all of you for tuning in, and we hope to someday soon make you a part of the Tilson family.
So yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful house, yeah. Thank you to Mrs. Matern for sharing your space with us, for taking the time to take us through it. Thank you, Kelsey, for going out and doing that, and David Bibiano for videoing it. That was a great job. Beautiful as always.
Yeah.
And yeah, guys, we're here to answer any of your last minute questions, questions about the process. I know we've got a lot of seminars and things like that coming up and going on, and we've got some models under construction. So, Dawn, what else we got going on?
We have one comment from Jessie that she's so happy she got to watch today. We are glad to talk to you too. We've missed you, so thanks for tuning in. But yeah, we've got there's actually a seminar in Weatherford tonight if you want to spend your evening with them. They've got that going on, and then yeah, we've got a bunch of other ones coming up, and have a special event coming up in Waco. On December 10th, on Saturday, December 10th, we're going to be doing a behind the sheetrock tour. So Richard Webb, who's actually the vice president who's building those models and has built many, many Tilson homes for us, is going to actually walk everybody through the 3 models there, which were at that time, they should be in 3 different phases. So you can actually see what's going on, mechanicals versus insulation versus starting on some sheetrock. So you'll be able to tour that. Kelsey or Amanda, if you guys could help me out and drop the link to register for that in the comments, you guys can start signing up for that.
Yeah, that's going to be a great one. I remember when we did it in Waxahachie and went through both model homes and I mean, super informative. We're moving around. We're looking behind walls. We're looking at electrical lines. We're looking at plumbing piping, not just like the supply lines, the discharge lines, the plumbing, the PVC venting, HVAC ductwork, where the air handlers are, how they're accessed, to change the filters out. I mean, it's a very, very in-depth, very cool experience. You see the markings on the ground where the cabinets are going to go, and just kind of walking you through the logic of the process of kind of what a Tilson construction superintendent is kind of going through while this is happening. Even when it looks like nothing is happening, like there's a little bit of method to all the madness going on.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of madness going on. And so, yeah, I'm grateful that someone like Richard's going to go through and walk people through that. Because again, he's been doing it for 30 years for us. So it's going to be a very, very
And I'm excited for all of y'all to get a chance to see that, because the quality of the homes is in the stuff you can't see when they're done. So, everybody kind of focuses on the pretty countertops and everything like that. But really the quality is what we've hidden behind the walls. So I'm excited for, it's a good opportunity for you guys to come out and see that stuff.
Yeah, precisely.
All right. And then we have Will asking, on cash price, is that paid at closing like a financed build, or is it scheduled throughout the process?
Great question, Will. So traditionally, if you're going the cash route, if you're not getting a loan to build the home, that's paid out in intervals during construction. There's 6 payments total during construction, and then with the very end of it being like 5% that's left at the very end after final walkthrough and all that kind of good stuff. And that if you do that, that will include you will obtain the cash discount. Okay, because in essence we'll be using your money to build the home instead of ours, so we give you a discount for that. Alternatively, what we have seen some people do is they actually did get approved for a loan. They went through the loan application process, got approved for the loan. We built the entire house from zero to completely finished. Maybe they intended to get a loan at some point, and then either they got a bonus or they sold their existing home, or for whatever, rates went to where they didn't want to decide to pay that interest rate anymore, and they switched to cash at the end. We've had a number of customers do that in the last 3 months, really. That they decided, you know what, I'm not going to get a loan for it. And in a case like that, it is done at closing. The only difference is you would not get a cash discount for that, because again, we're still building it at our part. I hope that's not too complicated, but you can still basically get approved for a loan, build the whole thing with the intent of getting a loan, and then at the very end, when the house is finished, is flipped to, hey, you know what, Tilson, I don't need a loan. I'm just going to pay you guys directly. So that's happened as well.
Okay, perfect. And that is the last question that I see.
Beautiful. Well, thank you again to the Bay Flats Lodge for letting me use your internet facility while I'm here on the road. We appreciate that. And thank you all for watching. Thank you, Dawn, for putting this on. Grateful for you and doing this week in and week out. I know that's not easy, particularly with a high maintenance co-host like me. So that's much appreciated with all you put up with. Thank you, each and every one of you, for watching and asking questions. It doesn't have to end here, right? We got the website. We got 12 design centers that have models open 7 days a week. We got an Instagram page. We've got Facebook. We've got a YouTube channel with hours and hours and hours of content for you to binge. We have new home coordinator. We have those too, but we have new home specialists standing by to take your calls and schedule an appointment for you, answer some questions for you guys. But what we really hope is that you got something out of this, that you get something out of these educational seminars that we do for you guys, and we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see all you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.